opened up this salon. From not knowing what lashes was in January to a salon with 3 girls in September and making... Alright, what's up guys? So welcome back to the welcome back to the channel. Now, obviously you see me and her got great chemistry because we've been homies for the past 2-3 years now.
Fix it.
Best friends for the past 3 years now. And she was one of my OG clients, like OG. And hers is probably the craziest testimonial I've ever gotten in my life. And when I say that, I'm only taking 3 to 5% credit of her success because she's really put in so much work. I hate testimonials because I don't ever want to put the attention on me because I only did one aspect of it, which is get you those leads and teach you how to close them. But you used to call me crying because of you dropped the kids off at 7 a.m. You're in school all day.
That was real.
You were in school all day because you had to get your license, and then you were lashing all day. Then you had to be a mom, and then you had to be a wife, and you would just call me stressed. So it's like you put in a lot of work. So I never want to take any credit. I had a small stepping stone for sure, nonetheless. But I mean, what you've built in the last 3 years is crazy. So I want to do a tour of your studios today, your studio salon today. But so Rosa's story, I'm gonna give a quick background.
He knows the story better than me, y'all.
Because her story is crazy. Okay, so she was chilling one day, homeschooling your kids, right? So you were a homeschool mom. You weren't working?
No.
Correct? Homeschool mom, like in January 3 years ago, right? One day you were just chilling and you seen like a lash thing, right? And you got your lashes done. And this was in February. Okay, the time frames are very important because it's actually crazy. So she found out about lashes in February and was like, oh, I should maybe do a class of this. I like the lashes. I want to do this for other people. So she took a class end of February, start of March, and took her first client end of March and started practicing. Met me end of April. End of May made 4 to 5K. End of June made 8K. End of July made 8 to 10K. August got her license because she wasn't even licensed yet. Okay, we'll keep that on the low. And then did the class and learned in August, September 10th, I believe.
11, I opened
September 11th, she opened up this salon. From not knowing what lashes was in January to a salon with 3 girls in September and making great money. As a mom, now she has way more freedom now that she has the salon. She doesn't have to lash all the time. I mean, and then that was in September. January, you started to do a little bit of education. And I remember one week you made 15K in a week. Educating all within a year from finding out what this thing was. So, I mean, her testimonial is so crazy to me. And I mean, you put in the work though. You've grinded like crazy. So I wanted to show everyone here. I want to give you your flowers, of course. You're my best friend. And we've been friends for, you were a client at first and we became friends, really close friends. And I moved to Florida. Now we're homies.
I was like, that's my dog.
now we're homies. We got a podcast together. And I'm just really proud of you. The biggest thing that I want Rosa to talk on is how she's built a culture and how people look at your salon based off of the culture that you've built. Because it's very disciplined here. It's very dialed in, very clean. You can eat off these floors. So I want you, as you're showing us around your salon, I want you to talk about how you were able to build the culture. What do they need to do to keep clients, keep them happy, keep them coming back, and how to give them that luxury experience? I think you do that best out of everyone that I've met. So how can you give them that experience?
Right now we're closed. The salon, my girls, they take Thursdays off, which is weird that they pick Thursdays, right?
Interesting. So you're not open 7 days a week?
So we're not open 7 days a week, but they're seeing like 100 people a month.
Wow.
So they need days off. So they don't work Sundays or Thursdays. So today we're closed, obviously. I have 6 lash beds. One of them is not here because we had to do an event. But basically, like if you guys look around, everything is with intent, right? So everything has to match. It needs to be clean. It smells good in here. Like this table, like I come in here and I clean and I wipe and I make sure that when people walk in here, they're not walking into clutter, they're not walking into mess. For me, aesthetics is very, very important.
You get that modern Apple vibe.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Very modern, clean. You feel clean when you come in
here.
Like
look at the floors, they're shiny.
Like you feel clean when you come in here, so you know you're gonna get the best service. You know that tweezers are clean. You know that the girls wash their hands. you don't have to see it. You just know when you walk
Yeah.
in. So like when you walk in, you are already sold on the place.
We do a client consultation. We sit down for the consultation. We don't want to be like, okay, so your eye shape is this, da, 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 da. Okay, let's go. Like for me, that feels rushed, and it really takes away.
Side note, not just that, even before they come in, what do you do?
So before they come in, we have the client give us a picture of their face. Usually I can just pull it from Facebook because they're responding to ads, and now the artist knows what this person looks like. They've already pre-mapped the person.
Send it. You send the map. That's one of the most special things that I think you do that a lot of people need to pick up on. That I remember I sent you somebody.
Yeah.
And she specifically.
She was very specific.
But she was she specifically emphasized how much she appreciated the pre-mapping that you sent her. So if you aren't already doing this, when you get a new client, I suggest you guys get a photo of them once you already secured the deposit, secured the appointment. Get the photo and do a pre-mapping for them because they just feel like royalty.
Yeah.
You know?
So you want. Remember, women are always giving. If we have children, we're always giving, a spouse, husband, whatever, we're always giving. So when they come here, I want them to feel cared for, which if you can do that for your clients, they're never leaving.
Such a good point.
People need to, when they think about, okay, I need to work out my budget, they can't just say Rosa lashes me and that's why I have to keep her on. No, when I go there, Rosa treats me like family. She like takes time with me. She doesn't rush through our appointment. She talks to me. Like those are the things that are gonna keep people maneuvering their budget to keep their lashes on. So you need to provide that for your clients. So we pre-map them. If they tell us, I want my eyes bigger, we know what kind of mapping is for that. I want an elongated look, so we send them the mapping. Hey, this is what we're thinking based off of your liking. And they're like, okay, cool. So when they come here, we do the whole client consultation. They sign a waiver because nobody's getting service without that. And then after they've agreed on everything, the client, hey, you need to use the bathroom because we're not walking people to the bathroom. That's a tip. Like they're gonna be with their eyes closed like this? No. Then the people across are gonna look at us like we're crazy. Anyway, so after they do that, they come here.
And real quick, side note, she isn't like in a storefront. She's tucked away.
I'm inside of a building.
You're inside of a building, tucked away. Like it's a low-key industrial place. Like this isn't, a lot of people might think, oh, she's in a nice storefront, so she gets this. No. That's why you said you have to walk them to the bathroom. I was like, this is an office building where there's lawyers and other things, so you don't need a storefront to be successful. You don't need
a storefront. You could be anywhere.
Yeah,
if you just apply what I'm about to put you onto, like you can be in your living room and provide the same kind of service. Take your time with your clients. The place needs to be clean. It needs to smell good. Put up your animals. If you have children, bribe them suckers. Like, hey, if you're quiet during this appointment, mommy will take you to Five Below, right? And so you gotta do what you gotta do because. And then you have your music. We have Alexa here. Whatever the vibe is, if they want to relax, we put on relaxing music. If they want to knock of you buck, we putting on that music.
Let's play it in the background. Play it in the background.
No, it's true because some clients they whatever
like
you like.
They're like you.
You know, we want to be turned while we're getting our lashes done. Anyway, so you got to kind of pick up the vibe. So then here is two of my lash artists. They lash out here.
Do you like talking during the appointment or no? What are your thoughts on this?
I believe that you pick up on their vibe. So if they're quiet, if after the third question you hit me with a one-word answer, I have to now.
That's what I be doing in the Uber. They be trying to talk to me. I'm like, huh? Okay.
Oh, you're rude.
No, wait a minute. I do it in a nice way though. I'd be like, okay, yeah, for sure. I'm from here. Yeah. What was that? Oh,
They're just trying to make their time pass by, but you gotta read the room. Like sometimes women are so tired that they're gonna use this for their nap. And if you're too busy running your mouth because you want to run your mouth, you're gonna lose the client.
Do you think it's hard when you guys are talking to lash? No. I know some people don't like that.
I love it. It makes my time fly past. Remember, I was lashing for 12 hours straight. I needed to knock in your butt. You know what I'm saying?
So do you have these here? So
I have these here, so these are two here. Then my master lash artist, my other artist, Nefertis, is in here. We have that mirror there so that when they're done with their set, they can come and look at themselves and see if they like it.
Amazing.
You know? Then here is the workshop room, which all of our stuff is in right now.
This is typically how the lighting is.
Usually, yeah, the lighting is like this, but usually we have, this place is obviously doesn't have all of our bags and our stuff in here. And this is where I teach my trainings. We have 6, I can even have a 7th student here. And then I stand in front of the board and that's how I educate. I offer them Pellegrino. Like, we're not just throwing out Walmart waters. So you see that black thing that's on top of the cabinet? I went inside of a hotel once and I was like, oh my God, what is this scent? Like, I was really taken back by how good it smelled. I went on Google. I looked it up, and that's actually the scent from that hotel. So like when people walk in here, there's a signature scent. It doesn't
100%.
just smell like whatever. It smells like something they never smelled before, because I buy that from the hotel line.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I think of things like this. For me, women, when we go to the store, we like smelling things, we like touching things. So I want them to kind of get that experience. That's why we have the fluffy blankets and all of that, like heating pads. We have the lavender oil that we put in our hands. So when you group all of that with good technique, friendly artists, we're building a culture. The reason why I've never rented booths here is because I don't want to lose the culture. Because if I just rent the booth, they can be ratchet, not clean up, do whatever they want, and now it brings the whole culture of my business down. So that's why I've never rented a booth here, because I want to keep control of that culture. Culture is important. If you look at like CrossFit, they have a culture. If you look at jiu-jitsu and the training schools, there's a culture. And that is what really, if you're going to own a salon or have girls working under you, you need to think, what should the culture be like? I love this book that is called Unreasonable Hospitality. That book taught me a lot. And I'm always looking for ways to level up the services so that people come and they feel at home. A lot of times they're like, man, I've never been treated like this. Like my last lash, and they're always coming with complaints. My last lash artist used to do this or that, or she never checked up on me. We also check up like 24 hours later. Hey, how are the lashes holding up? Is there anything you would change? Are you good? Like making sure that they were happy and satisfied. So we do all of that. So we have our kitchen there. And this room right here, remember when I told you guys we were missing a bed? So the other bed goes there. So it's a six beds, 6 lash artists. And this is where we do our thing. So, and then the front, we were just shooting the podcast, so it's a mess, y'all.
So this is like the podcast.
It's a working salon.
Yeah. This is like the podcast area now, but this is typically where you do the consultations, right?
So we do the consultation on this pink couch. I feel like it's very important that you sit down. When you do a consultation standing up, I feel like they feel like you're on edge, right? You're on edge, you're not comfortable, you're like trying to rush through it. I don't like that. I'm like, sit down, grab your iPad, calmly do the consultation. That way they feel like they're sitting with a friend. I feel like that's very important.
You get on the same side as them, same level.
Yeah, you're on the same level, and they're not thinking like, oh crap, she's rushing. That's why we put a padding of 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after. So they can calmly, like, remember guys, these people are gonna come, they've never seen you. They're gonna come lay down, close their eyes with a stranger. That's a very, very vulnerable thing. So if you take that 10 minutes to just build rapport, they're like, oh, she's cool, whatever. Like, yeah. So, and that has been the difference with lash artistry. Yes, Sohayb has done an incredible job at getting me the bookings and all of that. But the culture that has been built here is what has kept the clients. Because a lot of people are good at getting the one-offs, like, oh, I'm just going to make this money. But if they leave, you now have to pay more money to acquire another client. So for me, it's more important to keep the ones that we have than having to constantly replace. And then
that's a great piece of advice for business. Is like everyone's so focused on client acquisition, how to get a client. Guys,
how you keep the clients.
How can you keep the clients? It needs to be the biggest focus. Because how to get clients, I got you. We'll figure that out for you. So once you solve that, this is how you keep them by the consultation, from even the pre-mapping, from how they walk in with the smell, with the lighting, with the service and the talk and the relaxation with the music. That's how you keep a client. I've gotten many people where I've gotten them 20, 30 clients in a week. And then they might keep 4 or 5 of them. And they're like, these clients were one-offs. I'm like, no, they weren't. Because I would have a similar person, same area, same results, and they keep all their clients. I'm like, what's the difference between you guys? And it's happened multiple times where they'll sign up on the same day, 10 miles away from each other, same ad spend, same results, same everything. But the service and the retention after is how you keep them. That's how you bet on yourself. That's why I'm a big advocate of medium to low full sets and high fill prices. Because the high fill prices, you're betting on you. You're betting on Rosa. Hey, I'm the best lash artist. Once I get them in here, they're never going to want to go anywhere. They're going to pay whatever.
Yeah, so
you know?
I always talk about, the guy that does my Botox. He's
Yep.
probably the most expensive that I know.
Yep.
And yet I go to him because he has built rapport. He sits down, like he knows me already. He sits down, he's like, how you been? Like, he doesn't try to rush me through. And for that, I'm like, nobody's going to touch my face but you, right? And so it's very important that you build connection and that you establish relationship, because you don't know, that person could be the door to your next level of business. She could know somebody who's very important that's going to get you a ton of clients. So I feel like when you look at people as numbers, you're losing. You're losing. Like, I never consider like, oh, I'm just going to make this amount of money from this person. I'm like, how can I build relationship? The people that I started, so I retired from lashing. Now I'm here.
In like 2 years, by the way.
2.5 years.
2.5 years, she
Yeah.
fully retired from lashing.
I'm fully retired.
I'm telling you, her rocket ship success has been crazy.
And
like
we're
the
not
crazy.
even slowing down. So the clients that I used to lash are still here. Why? Because they love me. So they rather stick with lash artistry than go somewhere else, because I built that solid relationship with it. And I text them. We text. One of them's like, man, we need to go have lunch. Like, that is what it's all about. Like, that they don't see you as some lash artist. No, we're friends now. Like, we're locked in. Like, all of that stuff is important. And I think that has been the difference between me and everybody else. Like,
Yeah.
I actually care about the person. Not just having my hands in their pocket. That's an ick to me. And so I'm like, no, give value, build relationship, do great work, care about the people, like, and then you'll see success. The more people you help, the more money you'll make. It's very simple.
It's a very simple formula.
It's a very simple formula. People don't want to say it like that, but it is like that.
It's
like
a formula, 100. That's the formula to success. That's the formula on how to keep people.
Exactly. And listen, nobody has ever quit from here either. Like, even my artists.
You be firing.
I be firing. I'm like, because I have a culture
that preserves the culture.
If you allow somebody,
We're the same
whatever,
person.
we are the same person.
But it preserves. But they don't.
Does.
That preserves the culture. That sometimes you have to make the tough decisions. You have to do the hard things to make sure that
the culture is preserved.
That the culture is preserved, because there's non-negotiables
Yes.
here. When they come in, you're going to be smiling. When they come in, you're going to sit down and you're going to consult with them. But these are non-negotiables,
Yeah.
which is why your salon is so successful and has been in Florida for the past 3 years.
We're the number one in our
I'm
city.
fully aware of that.
So it's
killing
crazy.
it,
Yeah.
and your salon's always in the top, and you're always needing new clients because you're always hiring and you're expanding and you're growing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it doesn't get better than this. So let me ask you this. How did you hear about us the first time? Because, I mean, it's been so long.
I was in a group.
You were in a group.
Uh-huh.
And then someone posted their results.
No, I think a girl hit me up. I think. It's been a long time.
Okay, so someone from my team.
Yes, they hit me up, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, okay, let me see what this is about. And then you show up on the camera. I'm like, I'm confused. It was a girl. I was talking to a girl, but then Sohayb gets on the call, and I was like, something. The math ain't. What's happening here?
Because were you looking on how to get clientele, or what were you doing to try to get clientele?
Nothing. I just didn't know. Remember, I didn't even know about lashing 2 months before.
Yeah.
So really, I was just there. Like, bro,
that's a lot of
my
people, though.
testimony has always been that the next person I need to do whatever always finds me.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
That's very crazy.
So I was like, okay, I want to know how to get more clients.
But by the way, that's a very good point, because a lot of people don't know what to do to get clientele. And then honestly, I think about it too. Like, if I was a lash artist, what would I do? I'm like, I'd run paid ads. But it's because I know,
Yeah.
But for them, it's like, it is hard. It's like, okay, you post and this, but then you're just kind of hoping someone responds.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very difficult journey. You know what I mean? So that's why
It is a difficult journey. It's slow growth. So people are like, what? How did you do this? I'm like, I invested in myself. End the story. I invested. If I needed a website, who knows how to do that? Boom. I need clients, who knows how to get me the clients? Boom. If I need a mentor who knows how to do this thing, pay the mentor. They're just holding on to $1, okay, so when I already grew my company to this length, you're still sitting on your hands considering if you should invest. Do you want clients? Yes or no? Invest in the daggone marketing.
wow.
Very simple.
But it is very simple because you don't have a scarcity mindset.
We overcomplicate. No, but Sohayb, at that time, I wasn't making what I'm making today, bro. I showed you my first month, I made like $700. To me, $700 today will kill me.
Of course, yeah,
Okay?
yeah, 100%.
So I'm like, $700 to me today is equivalent to 50 cents.
And you know what's crazy though? That was your first month, 700. Next month, 5,000. Next month, 8,000.
It was 2 months later. It was
2 months, yeah, because it was like March was your first. Yes.
I started working with you mid-April. And do you know I still have clients from there?
I believe it.
Bro, and I wasn't it's crazy. Like, they have stayed with me. They stayed with
And
Rosa.
they brought friends, I'm sure, too.
Oh, yeah.
Of
I
course.
made friends. Listen, I love them. Like,
Yeah.
they helped me grow my business. And I think when you see people like they're helping me pay the bills, they're helping me fulfill my dreams, you stop looking at people like, oh, let me get that
You pour
set.
into them
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much,
yeah.
yeah.
So for me, like, bro, I've been invited to weddings. I've been invited to baby showers. I've been invited all over. And now that I'm at this level, I don't forget that I was that hungry lash artist trying to make it.
Of course.
That Rosa's still here. Like, so it keeps me humble, you know, because like, it's so weird. Like, I went to the Lash and Nail Expo and somebody recorded me and goes, oh my God, she's here. And I'm like, ah, because I'm just not used to that kind of response, you know, but I'm still the same Rosa, the same lash artist who was lashing in her living room, then in my brother's front office, then opening the salon. And what people don't understand is I've invested, I've sacrificed, I cried, I've called him crying, I've failed, I've got burned. All the things that happen to all of you is the same thing. Like, I wasn't exempt. Like, I was just winning every day. No, I lost a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And
I lost a lot.
And the point that you're saying, like how you go above and beyond for your clients, it's much more than just $1. You used to call me crying. That's not part of our agreement. Hey, call me crying, I got you, I'm there for you. No,
but me and him are a lot alike, so we...
No, but the thing is, everything you're saying, I do with my clients too. I pour into everybody. When you call me crying, I'm there for you. That's not my obligation is to get you clients, and I was doing that at a very high level. But you called me, and I'm like, I got you. Like, I got you. Let's get right, because I care and I invested my not just money and but my time and my energy into you. And you do that to your people.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do for your clients.
You have
like
to.
Investing that time, lending that ear.
Yes.
Like, I remember one of my clients, her cat died and she was distraught. I was like, oh my God, like, I hugged her. She cried in my arms, bro. And I was like, damn, I was probably the only person who hugged her. Then I had another client, her mother was in hospice. I lost my mom when I was 14. I was checking on her every day. You good? You good? You good? And then her mom died. And she was like, you know, you were the only person that was checking on me. Her lash artist. And I know she'll never forget that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She lives in Virginia now, but, you know, we're still locked in. And I'm like, man, just be human, bro. Be human. That's what's going to separate you from the lash artist who's just money hungry, trying to get people in and out the door. Like, you don't keep people like that. It gives us the ick. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
And I treat my lash artists the same. That's why nobody has ever quit. So the other day, I just happened to be here because I'm never here now. But there was a client who came in with her man. And her man, I'm sorry, this guy looked crazy. Tell me why I'm standing right here. He walks past me, doesn't make eye contact. I'm like, red flag. Doesn't make eye contact. Then he goes and sits there and is just watching my artist. That's creepy. We don't know you. You just gonna...
Do you bring guests in or no?
You see this?
Yeah.
Sit here. This is what this is for.
Yeah,
the waiting room.
Okay.
Why would you go all the way into the lash room? Your girl has her eyes closed, so you're not looking at your girl. You're looking at my artist.
Yeah.
So I texted my artist. I'm like, yo, you good? And she was like, oh, you know, this is kind of uncomfortable. So I went in there and I said, hey, I'm gonna need you to go sit in the front in the waiting area. And when I said that, he shot up. It was so weird. I was like, I'm about to... Anyways, but even for my lash artists, I will put myself in an uncomfortable situation to make sure that they're good. My master lash artist says that I act like her man. I'm like, you need a massage? You need some days off? But that is the testimony that I've had. Like, nobody could ever say I burned them, I wronged them, I abused them, nothing. Just because I'm the owner, I'm in the trenches, man. I've been cleaning the floors up in here. I'm not, above that. Wipe the tables, do the things. No, it's my business. And if I show them leadership, I think that's the thing that most lash artists, people that have businesses, they're not leaders. They just expect people to do the right thing. No, you have to show them. And that's how I've created the culture.
But the thing is, because you lead from the front.
Yes.
That's the issue. A lot of people expect things, but they don't lead from them. They're the ones sleeping in. They're the ones leaving their trash around. They're the ones not cleaning the floor. So they aren't doing it, but they expect them to do it.
That's crazy.
But the thing is, Vince Lombardi, one of the best coaches ever, he said the best way to lead isn't by telling it. No. The best way to lead isn't from the front. It's the only way to lead.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can lead is from leading from the front. So you do everything that you expect them. You aren't doing anything. You aren't saying anything that you don't do.
Let me tell you how picky I am. You see that black line on that wall? I already know I'm going to paint that tomorrow because ain't no way. It's a little thing. I have a brush here with the paint. Literally, I open that sucker, boom, boom, boom. Because this is like what I built. And for me, like that little scratch is no.
And one thing you have to understand as a leader is if you're giving 110%, your girls are going to give 90. But if you're giving 90%, your girls are going to give 60. 50.
Or 50. Or 0.
But they're always going to give less than you because this is your baby. So you can't ever expect anyone to care as much as you. But if you can overly care, they can at least try to match your energy as close as possible. You know, and that's why the culture here is so one of a kind. You know, because it's so taken care of and it starts from the top.
And you know what too? Like, I want my artists to be like, man, I've never had a boss like Rosa. I think that's what drives me.
Interesting.
Like, to have a good name. You know what I'm saying? Is to have a legacy.
It takes years to build a reputation. Seconds to destroy
Seconds. Literally seconds. And so because I know that, man, listen, one of my artists, she has a kid, her birthday, here's some money, buy her whatever. Oh, you're going on a trip? Here. Like, I go above and beyond, and I don't say that for clout, but I'm like, man, if you could just adopt that mentality of serving your artists, serving your people, serving your clients, there is no way your business is not going to grow.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. You serve your husband. You serve your friends. You serve your kids. You serve everyone. At the highest level possible. So this is bigger than just the business side of things. Your mentality and the way you are outside of the salon leaks into here.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the way that one of my mentors says it is, you don't compartmentalize your life. Everything flows together. Right. And so
I'm her mentor.
And he didn't say this though. But anyway,
I know.
I'm like, anyways, so it's been awesome.
Nothing I enjoy more than making you mad. Honestly, nothing I enjoy more than upsetting you. That's one of my favorite hobbies to do, is to upset Rosa.
He's so
quite
annoying.
Honestly.
Yeah, I know. You're so annoying. I'm gonna erase this episode right from this camera.
But honestly though, like I feel like the value you gave them in this video, if they can follow this on how to build a culture and how to be a leader, they will be so successful. And
literally.
And how to but everything you're teaching starts from being a solo artist, the way you put in the work, the way you grinded, the way you showed up every day, the way you had the attention to detail, the way you still took care of your people. Then it expanded into the girls, and now it expands to the salon, and now into your education. And it's just, everyone please watch this video, take notes, listen to what she's saying on how she built everything. And if you're a struggling lash artist and you feel like you did a course and you aren't as good as you think you can be or want to be, please buy her online training. And if you want to be around her and you want to learn from her hands-on and really get the game and ask those specific questions, please come to Florida. Take a vacation, but on this vacation,
it's a tax write-off.
On the vacation, write it off, do the training, get better, become great while you're enjoying yourself in South Florida.
That's what a lot of people do.
It's what you should do. It's like you get to learn from the best lash artist that's doing it in the trenches, that's showing up day in and day out, and you get to enjoy a vacation on the side while you're doing it. And if you can't come out here, do the online training, because I've seen a lot of online courses, and I'm not a big proponent of online training until I saw yours.
Bro,
and then I'm like, wow, I think you can actually, because I'm hands-on, right? I want to be around Rosa. I want to feel her energy. I want her to watch me do like, I want everything to be watched and handheld, which is why I love the in-person training. But if you can't afford it, which we totally understand, do the online training, because a lot of online trainings you don't actually get anything from it. You're just watching a bunch of videos. Most online trainings, unfortunately, you don't learn from it, and yours changed my perspective on it, because I wasn't a big fan of it until I saw yours. I'm like, wow. I actually think I know how to make a fan now. I think I know how to learn. So get her online trainings, do her in person if you can, because I mean, you need to see this, you need to feel her energy, you need to be around her. What's a lasting message you want to leave for them?
I mean, success leaves clues. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, if you really want to make it, you got to see, okay, what are the top performers doing? And you need to adopt not only the mentality, but you need to get to work. And so it's the thing with the in-person is that impartation comes from proximity, right? So because we're around each other, we think alike. We're like-minded and all of that. So I think that people undervalue the fact just being around somebody can literally change the way that you think, the way that you act, the way that you move. Yeah, like, listen, I messed around and I got on a yacht with Sohayb one time, and now I'm like, my expectations are all the way up here. Like, now I have to stay at the best hotels. I got to do the best things, and I'm hella expensive now. My husband's like, girl, you expensive. But it's like, once you, like, for example, what we were just talking about on this episode, once you are exposed to a lash artist who is excellent and does all of these things, you would never go back to the less.
You can't be unexposed.
You can't be unexposed. So your job is the law of exposure. Expose them to, the excellence. That's really what I want to say. Expose them to excellence, and you will keep all your clients.
Boom, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Please rewatch this, take notes, listen to what she's saying and how she's moving and her energy. Rosa, where can they follow you at?
It's Rosa Santos on IG. And if they want the TikTok, which we don't know how long TikTok gonna be here, but it's Lash Artistry and Aesthetics.
Guys, please follow her. She gives out so much value. No one's giving out game like her on TikTok. Guys, please subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend. She gave so much value. If they watch this, they will get to the next level. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.